from WHO, colleagues from NIH, and colleagues from National Disaster Management Authority. Assalamu alaikum, good morning. Let me thank Allah and thank our colleagues from world organizations, to my nation which has provided me the resources to buy these things. Today I stand that most of the things are on the dot. Once I say it's on the dot, we have been able to take control of all our borders, both rather all three, the ground, sea and air borders. We have made arrangements to control the inflow of traffic. We have made the arrangements of outflow of traffic. Although the borders are always controlled, but these are never controlled from disease point of view. These are never controlled from health point of view. So we have taken control of borders from that point of view. The second is that we had a lot of difficulty in finding out right kind of personal protective equipment. Few of the pieces were imported from China, and in initial days between 13th of March and about 27th, 28th of March, we were in a deep trouble. Alhamdulillah, Pakistani nation has woken up, and at the moment, except N95, we are not importing any single piece of personal protective equipment. All we are buying from the local market, and it is, and let me tell you, there's no dearth of these personal protective equipment. And let me also talk about quality of it. We have clothing which is of GSM 80, which is as comparable to any of the company which is in the world. We have GSM 70 and we have GSM 60, and there are a number of others, but we are not buying those. So let me tell you that as far as protective equipment is concerned, we are good. We have already provided 3,900 pieces once to all frontline doctors. Yesterday we have completed the second round, where we have provided frontline doctors, nurses, and even those working in hospital, whatever they needed in 502 hospitals of complete Pakistan through Pakistan Army. And today most of them would find it with them. I know in Punjab and part of Balochistan and even Gilgit-Baltistan, it is already with the doctors. Let me also tell you that we are now ready to supply over 100,000 PPEs to all hospitals every week, and if required we will be able to supply more. And as far as testing is concerned, let me tell you that on 14th of March we had 14 laboratories, and we were testing around 800 or so. And today in the National Command and Operation Conference, I am going to raise this point, that now instead of people who are showing sign for the disease, we should not be testing them alone. At least we should start testing those localities which we are trying to put under lockdown. And we should take out people who are not affected by it, so that they can lead the normal life. Let me also tell you that I am also thinking to suggest it to the provincial government that they should at least go for the carpet testing for those localities which they fear that it can have an outbreak. I can provide them the capability, because at the moment we have 39 laboratories functioning. We are working on 20 weeks time. 11 out of them are from military. Hopefully we will be able to do it by next Monday. If not 25, at least we are planning to have half in the line. I would also share with you that today in my warehouse there are 600,000 samples of testing which are sitting in our warehouse. If I include these 7 machines, we have 14 extra machines now would be going in the warehouse, and we would be distributing among those 25 which I had just talked about. Let me also tell you that we are harnessing our capabilities which are there in the country. For instance, I am getting data on TB laboratories, and hopefully we can do a lot of things with them. But the major breakthrough which we had, there are almost more than 100 mobile laboratories which, if equipped, could be sent to those localities which we fear that there is an outbreak in them, and we can test those people, and those who are not affected, at least we can take them out, or those who are affected, we can take them to the quarantine center if we don't want to keep them in the localities. We can take the measures like disinfection of those areas too. Lastly, I had already requested the Dr. Mahapala regarding ventilators. What we have already planned is, we had planned was to have more than 2,500 ventilators by end of April. That might not happen, but we have carried out a kind of improvisation by dedicating almost 40% of ventilator, which makes around 1348 ventilators purely for COVID. And we have also chalked out a plan that if the pressure increases more, we can have another 400 into COVID. And finally, we will have around 800 to 1,000 ventilator, including non-invasive, which we will be utilizing for the normal patient and those patients who could be sustained by the non-invasive ventilators, and those ventilators could be shifted to the COVID patients. So as far as our planning goes, we can sustain 2,500 to 3,000 patients even without the major induction of new ventilators in the country. But as I told you, we are banking on till 25th around 1,000 and maybe 1,000 in May, and hopefully the way we are trying to take things, the curve will be gradual and we'll be able to face the entire thing smoothly. Once again, in my personal capacity, I would like to thank Dr. Palita Mahapala, also the management of WHO for always standing by us in every crisis. I remember WHO coming in big way once we were working in 2005 in earthquake, and in 2010 floods. I was there and I saw each one of you there. Thank you very much again for standing by us.